If your dating profile reads like a resume, we've got to talk. Because, newsflash, men are not scrolling through Bumble looking for their next business partner. They're looking for connection, energy, and yes, attraction. And if we've never met before, I'm Andrea McGinty, and I'm the founder of It's Just Lunch and also the creator of 33,000 Dates. I've arranged over 2 million dates and rewrote more dating profiles than I can even count. Everybody from doctors, attorneys, teachers, CEOs find love in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And today, I'm gonna save you from the top 5 profile mistakes that are stopping you from meeting quality men. The first one is the profile, or the bio, depending on what site you're on. People make, especially women, make this mistake. They tend to write long paragraphs. And you know, men don't read paragraphs. Men read in bullet points. So what I'm talking about, when you look at like a GQ or a Men's Health or a Sports Illustrated, it's all written like in numbers or with bullet points. They're just not interested in a long novella about yourself. And it's gotta be unique. You've gotta have some really quirky things in there. The other thing is, don't let ChatGPT write your profile, and I'll tell you why. Look, now, ChatGPT can be good, but use it like a friend. So first write your own profile, then you can feed it into ChatGPT, because they're gonna come up with a couple of good lines. You know, they'll have a couple of good zingers that you can add to it. Otherwise, if you just let them do the whole thing, when I'm working with clients online, I can spot a bot or a chat box or ChatGPT or Claude or Grok or whoever it might be. I can spot them a million miles away that they wrote the profile and you didn't. Number 2, photos. Okay, probably the most important thing about your online profile by far. Because I know you're a woman and you're looking at men's pictures, but guess what? That's the first thing men go to. They look at your photos. And you wanna have 5 or 6 really good, energetic, fun photos. Like, we don't want photos from your LinkedIn. We don't want photos from a photo studio, you know, with that swirly thing going on in the background. We wanna see a picture of you hiking. We wanna see a picture of you making Christmas cookies or cooking in the kitchen. We wanna see a picture of you, you know, kayaking and doing something interesting. I had one client, he's like so buttoned up, he's a Wall Street guy, and he's in this suit, and he's standing there in the picture, and he's juggling pomegranates. And you would not believe how many hits his picture got. And every time I saw this man, I would crack up, and women loved it. So you want high energy photos, because a photo, you know, it paints 1,000 words. We wanna see what you're all about, not hear what you're all about. Number 3, negativity. I know you're probably saying, oh, I'm not negative. I would never write anything negative. Hey, I'm online all day long with my clients, helping them choose high potential, great matches. And you would not believe what people write in their profiles. Seriously, I'm serious about the negativity. I will read something and a man will say, yes, the divorce is finally over. It took 3 years. I won't even tell you the dollar amount. Custody of the kids was a battle, but I'm finally ready to date again. Or a woman will say something on her profile like, I can't believe I'm online dating. I said I would never do this in a million years, and all my single girlfriends keep telling me I don't need this. I'm so pretty. I'm 64, but I really look like I'm 49. And so I really don't know why I'm doing this, but I thought I'd give it a shot. That's negative. That's super negative. How do you think the guy feels when he reads that profile? Like, what, am I a loser because I'm on here looking at your pictures and finding out about you? So negativity, no rants. That means political too. Who cares what your politics are? You're gonna be able to list it in another section of your profile. No anti this or pro this or anything like that goes in your profile. That's something you can talk about later on in dates. But this is supposed to be fun. And the other thing is, with the negativity, people can spot it a mile away. So make sure you're being positive about everything. And if you're new to a site, you can also say, hey, I'm new to it. I'm new to this site and I'm super excited. Now that's a good comment. That's positive, right? Instead of, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. Number 4, overused cliches. I see these every day online and they are so boring and they turn into lists or listicles. So it'll be something like, I love travel. Well, everybody loves travel. And then they'll just list a whole 2 lines of places they've been. France, London, Budapest, and they go on, in just listing this. Instead, if you're gonna list something about travel, list something at least that's really unique or really funny. Like, we were out camping and in Yellowstone, and my best travel story is when we saw a mama bear and 2 baby bears right outside our tent, the shadows, eating our lunch from earlier today. We learned a really good lesson there. Things like that are fun when you read them online, but you don't want to use cliches. I've got a great sense of humor. Really? Really? Most people don't. I hate to say that, but if you're trying to describe humor, do it like, I love a good belly laugh with, and you could list a couple comedians that you absolutely love, or a couple movies. Now we're painting a picture of your type of sense of humor. So you've got to make it interesting, and you've got to make it quirky. So don't use those cliches. And I go into that a lot in my new book that was released in January this year about better words to use than fun, kind, happy, positive, passionate. Passionate is a huge overused word, guys. So don't use that word. So avoid cliches and keep it short and sweet and keep it quirky. Interesting. Remember, you're a woman with depth. You're not a Pinterest board. Number 5, underselling yourselves. Okay, you might be thinking, that's kind of weird to say because all I feel like I see are people overselling themselves online, right? Bragging about this or that or their career or where they've gone or a private jet or heli skiing or all that kind of stuff. But underselling yourself too, you're not doing yourself a favor by being too humble. It's nice to be down to earth. That's great. This is what I recommend to my clients. When you're describing yourself online, so you don't feel like, oh, this is a humble brag I'm doing or something like that. Before you even post your profile, I want you to text 5 friends. And don't call them. I want you to text them. I want you to text 5 friends, and I want you to say, hey, Lisa, I'm going on this dating app. I'm super excited. My dating coach said I need really descriptive words about my personality. So could you give me 5 words? And they can't be things like fun, nice, kind, et cetera, et cetera. They've got to be, what you really think of me. And could you also write 1 sentence about me, sort of like an elevator speech to describe me? You would not believe how well this works because all of a sudden, it's not you saying this stuff about yourself, it's them saying it about yourself. And you know what? If you feel like, ooh, I'm still bragging, you can even preface it with something like, well, it's hard to talk about yourself, right? So I asked 5 of my friends. Here we go. Hope you're not bored with this. Enlist it. If you're making any of these mistakes, it's okay, because that's what I'm here for. We fix it. Want me to rewrite your profile personally? I'll make you sound like you, but magnetic, confident, and clear. Book a free strategy call with me today, and I will get you in front of the type of men that you're really looking for. Let's make your profile irresistible and get you in front of the right kind of men.